Hey everyone, this is Chris and Cindy Bitten with the Chris and Cindy Show. We get up close and personal with some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we have a great one for you. Who do we have?
We have Paris Bravo with us today. She is an actress, model. She does stunts and falls, body double, voiceovers, martial artist, weapons, MMA, kickboxing, parkour. She's also a dancer and singer and plays the piano, cello, and guitar. And she will be starring in Christmas versus the Walters as Abby Walters.
That list about gets me tired.
Yes, that's an amazing list.
So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
What a list that is.
Yes.
I know it's all because my parents. They got me into it. I'm thankful for it. Very grateful.
Got to blame them and thank them all at the same time, huh?
Yes.
Exactly.
So as you know, it's been a lot of struggle for a lot of people the last 18 months with COVID and all that. So I always like to talk about that first, kind of get the elephant out the room. So how has COVID affected you, and what have you done to maneuver through this crazy maze that we have now?
Wow. This whole experience of like being locked in definitely put in like a little depression for me. I definitely felt like I was too much in my head, and I was too close to myself. And you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I don't want to know myself that well. I'm just kidding. But like you were too like alone in a way.
Yeah.
And because of the lockdown, you weren't able to socialize. For some people, that was great because they really liked being alone with themselves or staying home or playing video games, or you know what I mean? But I'm the type of person that wants to go outside. I want to go hiking. I want to go be with friends. I missed school.
And the crazy thing is also it depends on where you live, because as you know, Georgia and Florida never really did much lockdown, but where you are did.
Yeah, definitely. California was interesting during this time.
Yes.
And I definitely I visited my hometown, Orlando and Sarasota, to see my grandpa. And it was so much easier. No one was like very scared of anything because we lived this life before COVID. We lived this life with sickness before. So, I understand the scare.
Oh, yeah.
But there comes to a point where we got to get back to how we were,
We agree. Yes.
But definitely this time during COVID, I'm grateful for COVID, the time period, because that's when I versus the Walters, because without that, they probably wouldn't have contacted my manager. They probably wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been able to do school. And because it was online, I was able to succeed through that. I also had to do finals during that time too, so it was stressful, but I got it done.
That's like for us, we launched this show January of 2020, a couple months before COVID. And we had no idea what was coming.
No idea.
Our original plan was maybe 100 interviews our first year, and we thought that was pushing it, to be honest with you.
We did, yeah.
And then COVID happens. And I'm watching everything get shut down, and I'm like, the entertainment industry is going to need a place to talk. And we're going to give that to them. And because of that, we did over 300 interviews last year, and we're almost 500 now.
Yeah, closing in.
Wow, congratulations.
We should hit 500 about middle December.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. We have to have like an anniversary party, to celebrate 500.
Yeah, the January 3rd is actually the second year anniversary of the show.
January 3rd.
Oh, that's really close to my birthday.
Oh, wow. So, a lot of people would ask, when did you know you wanted to be in entertainment, be an actress and all that? But I like to go deeper than that. When did it click that all this could actually be a career for you?
Oh, when I moved out to LA with my parents, we sold everything we owned.
Wow.
We drove here. And it was an experience that, I will always carry for the rest of my life. But I originally moved out here for martial arts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So I was at my dojo, XMA. And I remember seeing everybody like raise their hand saying, oh, I had this audition. I had that audition, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what is that? My instructor, Mike Chat, told me, hey, you would probably be really good at this. And martial arts, acting, stunts, that's
all go together.
Yeah.
Right. And my parents were really supportive. And they got me into like doing extra stuff, background, and then doing music videos and then commercials, and it led one thing into another. And when it clicked, I would say that when I booked Henry Danger, Henry Danger, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I literally bawled my eyes out on the sofa. And my mom goes, are you sitting down? I said, should I? That's where I was like, okay. And, that whole week I was gone from school. I did school there. I worked there for the whole week. We did rehearsals. And it was just really cool to see that experience, like but I feel like that time was definitely when I booked Henry Danger, when it clicked that I could make money off of this.
Wow. Because, and it's great that you got parents that support, because, the problem that a lot of kids have out there in this day and time is, parents a lot of times, oh, you want to be a musician. Oh, you want to be an actor, actress. Oh, no, you can't do that. Yeah. But the people that we've had on our show who are teenagers, one of the common denominator of them all is that they've had parents that push, says, you know what, if this is what you want to do, let's run.
And that support is so important.
It is. It's not possible without them. Seriously.
Yeah, because it's hard enough as it is without support, much less with with the support, much less without. I mean, it would be really hard without support.
Yeah, let alone they have to be on set with me. So.
Yes.
What do they think about that process of being on set with you?
Oh, I think
we love crafty.
They love crafty. They love the food. Like they have like a huge table of like snacks and whatever you want, and they have like people that walk around and just like, you want a yogurt parfait? It's really awesome. But I think that they cherish seeing me succeed in a way.
Yeah.
I know that my mom and dad are really, really proud of me, especially with this movie coming out. I think my dad's cried about 30 times, and he's a man. I mean, not saying that men can't cry. I'm just saying, like, my dad is like.
So he's a man's man, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, it's really. I'm really happy that I could provide a trip to New York and. Then them be able to see the movie and them feel proud of me, because you always feel like you're not enough.
Well, tell us about that movie.
The movie. Okay. Christmas versus the Walters is a really cute, really heartfelt movie. It's not like a Hallmark type Christmas movie. It's a real movie. Like when you see it, you're probably gonna think, whoa, I don't have to be perfect. These people definitely aren't. This movie definitely tells you, it shows you that you don't have to. I know for mothers all across the world, it's really the most pressureful time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it is.
You're trying to make it perfect for your son, your daughter, your husband, your cousins, extended family, if you invite anyone over. This movie, it goes through the life of Diane, the woman played by Shawnee. And it goes through the trials and troubles of the holidays and getting through it, as well as other people who aren't even a part of the family, like Shelly, the neighbor. He's just over here causing trouble, trying to cause a conflict with the lights, and so the movie will definitely give you a sense of, you know, it is okay to not be perfect, and family is gonna have problems. Family is gonna fight, and
yeah.
it's so I feel like people who see this movie are going to be able to relate and say, oh, that aspect of, you know, Abby or Dean, or I mean, not Dean, Brian. Like, it's hard to like remember the names of the characters when you know the person.
Oh yes, yes.
But yeah, it's I feel like they could take pieces of the movie and be like, oh, that's me. Thank you. I mean, you don't have to, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You see the movie, it's funny. It gets
and
you.
it sounds like it's going to be a movie that's a movie that will help people realize, you know what, we can all disagree and still be friends and family.
Right.
And I think we need that right now.
We do, much needed. Yes,
yes we do. This is definitely a trying time, a very distant and not united time right now. And there's not enough unity and bringing together anymore because there is that those views get in the way. And I feel like people should just mind their business.
Yes,
we agree.
We agree. You know, if you don't have something nice to say,
don't say it at all. Let people live their own life. You know, again, you know, my philosophy is if you come to me ask for advice, then you better be prepared for what I really believe. But if you don't come to me for advice, then I have no business giving you advice.
That's right. Exactly.
I like that.
And that way it's, you know, I don't want to give unsolicited advice. Now, granted, on Facebook, I might be a generic when I say stuff, you know, but that's different. But I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, you should live like this. No, that's not my job.
Nope. Yeah. It's not. And you see that a lot. You see that a lot nowadays, and it's very one-sided, depending on whatever.
Depending on who.
And then people attacking. It's crazy because, you know, you could post a bunch of things on Facebook, and get no responses. All of a sudden, you post something that somebody disagrees with, and that you're like, who is this person? You're connected to them, but. And they've never commented positive on your posts ever.
On anything.
But then they have to come on. They feel obligated to come on your because now your post to say, look, I disagree with this. And
it's a flick away. Keep going. Keep going. You ready?
Move on.
I mean, again, I try to live my life in this way where if I see something I disagree with, if I have to say something, I'll just go to my page and say the opposite of that. And what, you know, I'm not going on somebody else's post because that would be like, to me, this is how I feel. You know, you got two people in a conversation out at Walmart. Right. And you overhear it and you jump in and say, no, you're wrong. Are you going to do, if you won't do that, you shouldn't do it here.
Yeah, exactly. And definitely, I think you can direct message instead of posting a comment.
And instead of posting publicly.
You know, like one of the things that's always been taught to me for years is you praise in public and you criticize in private.
Oh yes, and you're so powerful behind these. But when you get
and I'm glad we're talking a little bit about this because I think sometimes it needs to be talked about that people can just scroll.
Absolutely.
I know definitely I have TikTok, you know, teenagers, probably most of the population has TikTok. Yeah. And, you know, you see a lot of hate and you see a lot of things that aren't necessary. You know, there are jokes that are not taken lightly. There are things that aren't jokes that are laughed about. So I think there needs to be a good balance.
Yeah.
And as I try to not think about it anymore, I try to just live my life as, you know,
because that was going to be one of my questions was how do you handle the trolls? Because when we were young, you know, you still had bullies, but you didn't have it the way y'all have it, to where it can even be anonymous. I mean, that's even crazier, where they could be anybody.
Just a random person that walks down the street, sees you, and says something about you. I definitely like with this movie, Christmas versus the Walters coming out. I definitely felt the like, oh my gosh, judgment. That's gonna happen.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's my acting, whether it's my appearance, whether it's like something on my face or you know, my nose. I don't know. The fact that people could analyze anything on me is scary. And you know, at this point, I've been told like it's okay. It's gonna happen, whether
it's gonna happen eventually.
Say it to your face or not, whether they're going to go on Instagram or not. It doesn't. It shouldn't affect you. It will affect you, but it shouldn't affect you.
Yeah.
They are living their life, and they're only using that time to use it on you, and that's awesome.
At least you're on their mind.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah. That they took the time.
Dealing with the trolls, I had a BuzzFeed video come out, and I did a martial arts video for them.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah.
It got like 22 million views.
Oh wow,
oh, that's huge. Wow.
And I corrected 26 million views, and a man made a video on me saying I could whip this little girl's anus and blah 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 blah.
Wow.
Took the time out of your life to make like a 13-minute video about me, and obviously due to like safety reasons I wasn't allowed to do certain things. Obviously,
of course.
We were sparring, it was choreographed. You should know this by now. But like the fact that I got 26 million views. And like I hear friends like at my high school, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you look familiar. You're that girl from BuzzFeed, the white black belt." Like, oh, and it's I don't want to say embarrassing, but the fact that I was like 12 years old when I did that is like that's so weird. Yeah, I look so different. But it's okay. But definitely, like if you scroll down those comments, it's so bad.
Because I've seen some celebrities say they just don't read the negative ones. They just, you know, they let their teams kind of read to them what they feel like they should hear.
Yeah, and forward to them.
My mom's my management. She does that. She
oh, that's awesome.
She read to me some of them, and she's like, "Don't worry, baby, it's gonna be okay." And just like the fact that that many people saw me.
Wow.
You know, on TikTok, you could see like many people get famous based off of like one video.
They do.
They get that many views on that one snippet. But the fact that they like saw most of me in that video.
Wow.
But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's gonna happen, and any publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears a little bit. As you know, a lot of people, they see the glory behind the people in entertainment, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes, not just to get to the high levels, but even a career level within entertainment. And I always want to talk about that side of it because I think it's glossed over in the industry. People think, oh, I have talent, I can do this, but it's way more than that. So let's talk about some of the sacrifices you've had to make even to get to where you are today.
Ooh, sacrifices. Definitely my parents' job. And having to take me. I feel like extremely bad about that. Like the weight of feeling the things that my parents have gone through for me.
Wow.
It's mostly sacrifices they've made for me.
It's a family sacrifice.
Family sacrifice. We've all made sacrifices in order. I know I've missed school things. I've missed schoolwork. I've missed having to choose work over friends. I've had to choose like going out instead of not going out, but staying inside to learn lines, or definitely like missing family time sometimes, or I've had to cancel a vacation because I booked something. Wow. And that could be like the last time I see my sister. I was supposed to see my sister Johanna out of Puerto Rico, and I booked Christmas versus the Walters, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had to do like training over hanging out, and because of course I still go to this place called Joining All Movement, and it was like to be able to go and do my thing and actually have my time alone away from everything, instead of hanging out with everyone else. You know, the sacrifices of gas, money, moving out here. We live in a tiny apartment, and you know, it's very cramped. But we do this to be able to go out. We do this to be able to have these. We have cars, one for my mom, one for my dad. We have. I mean, we have a lot of stuff, and so it's like cramped in this little apartment. But I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. My life has been, yes, there's troubles, but I try to look on the good side of it. The struggles and sacrifices that we've had to make only make the journey more valuable.
Yep.
Yeah.
We definitely have had shed tears. And like even like my mom being on set with me, you know, shed some blood. She fell once and cut her arm, and I felt so bad. But you know, it's I'm just very lucky to be able to be a part of this life. But there's also really good things about it. And
let's talk about the glory side. What are a few moments, some wow moments that's happened?
Wow moments, definitely the premiere for New York, or for Christmas versus the Walters. I got to fly my parents out to New York. We were able to see family. We were able to go and celebrate this movie coming out. And I did that, you know? It's like, what? I'm 16 years old. I was able, like, I cried. My parents didn't see me, but I cried about it. I was like, I had a proud for myself moment, because I'm not really proud of myself a lot. I definitely am my worst enemy. I'm a perfectionist. I get very, see, there you go. I get very mad at myself a lot. I don't think I'm good enough. But when you take a step back, I was like, wow, that's I did that. Woo! Look at me. What? My mom is never mind. Oh, flying first class.
Oh, awesome.
Way to New York? Are you kidding me? My mom could sleep on the plane.
Oh wow.
I couldn't sleep because I was too like, woo!
Yeah,
too excited.
Yeah. You know, being on the set of Henry Danger, I met Jason Norman, and I had a big crush on him, and I was like, that he's real. And there's been a lot of amazing things, and working with legends and historic people who have made a living for themselves and a name for themselves in this industry. So a lot of great things, and of course, the money I don't really care about, because of course it's a good thing because you can make a living for yourself, but the fact that you're able to do what you love in the mix of that, and bring these characters to life and make people feel something is what makes this all worth it.
Now, granted, without the money, you couldn't do that. So they both go hand in hand, you know.
They do.
Because of course, if all the sets say nope, we're not paying you no more, there's not much you could do. Then so yeah, they go hand in hand. But I get you. But we get your point. You know, it's not about the money; it's about you bringing it to life because it's your passion.
And I could care less about the money, but the fact that, you know, it's able to, I've been able to help with my parents. Like, I feel bad, like half of the things that I've them in financial situations that aren't the best. But I've been able to, do my part as well. And
yes.
and all that they've done for me, I can't thank them enough. So
I love that. As you know, a lot of people, they see you, but they don't see the teams behind a lot of people. And in our opinion, teams never get the love they deserve. And I don't care if it's a team of one or a team of 300, like Justin Bieber says he has. A team is a team. So take a few moments, tell us about the team that helps you be who you are.
Ooh, my parents, of course, my mom, Jessica Bravo, and my dad, Tony Bravo. They have made the sacrifices for me. Sherry Kane, my manager, she has been nothing but the sweetest, most caring, and she fights for me for things. She will only put the best for me forward, and I think that she's the main reason why I've booked things or have been auditioning a lot. There's Courtney, my agent side. She gets me more theatrical stuff, and she did the deal for Christmas versus the Walters.
Oh, wow.
And there's my commercial side, Tyler, right, Mom? Blake, sorry. Which I'm better with faces.
I get that.
Right?
Because I'm same way.
Yeah. So Blake, he helps me with my commercial side. I've been able to book like a State Farm commercial. That was really fun. It was like based off of This Is Us. Have you ever seen that? I mean, it's a show.
Oh, we love that. That's one of my favorites.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, I love
had a younger me and I had an older me.
Yes.
And what I heard was they built that commercial based off of how I looked.
Huh.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was the first booked. So they chose the younger me and the older me, and then my brothers, and then the younger brother and the older brother. So I was really grateful for that. And my whole team has always been there for me and has always put the best foot forward for me, and I can't thank them enough. I mean, I don't see them a lot either. It's really sad. But I definitely talk to Miss Sherry the most, and she's been the best.
Love that. And speaking of teams, we have a third co-host, our 9-year-old, that we ask a few questions.
Yes, his name's Christopher.
So Sandy's going to go get him.
Aww.
And we've got a 2.5-year-old daughter that when she gets older, she'll be plugged into our show too, because we are a family affair.
Yes, it's so cute. Oh,
Keep it all in the family here.
Right. I want to add something about my team. Philippe Von Lathan. He has done things for me for stunts.
Oh, wow.
He's brought me into like a group of people. It's called the farm or the ranch. Sorry, the ranch with Tony Stocks, and he has brought us into that group and made it really cool for stunts.
Hi, Paris. So, what's your favorite food?
Huh?
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Oh, anything to do with cheese.
Ooh.
I love cheese and steak. Steak, I can eat any day. Give it to me. I'm ready.
And yours?
Mostly mignon. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Mine is pizza.
Which is cheese?
Yes.
That's right. Italian.
He would eat if we fed him pizza all day long, he would eat it all day long, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what's your TV show?
My favorite TV show. I haven't really watched one in a while, but one that was really good that I watched on Paramount Plus. It's called Why Women Kill. I know that sounds very scary, but it was really good. It was very different from anything I've seen, and it was like 3 different time periods, and it would swoop through each one.
Oh, wow.
It was like a very good storyline, and only one guy ended up, but like It was a really good show and different, like really good cinematography.
Yours?
Mine is SpongeBob.
Woo! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes.
Yeah. What's been really cool is because he does watch a lot of Nickelodeon and Disney shows. We've been able to bring quite a bit of people from his shows onto our show for him to talk to.
Oh my goodness, that's really cool. What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite? Who
is your favorite?
I don't know.
I know one of them is he can't choose, but I know he loved Ava Coker.
Oh yes.
And
I met her once. She was very sweet.
Yeah, she in fact she was a recent one. She came on about a week ago.
About a week ago, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, mine. Just kidding. Bruce Almighty. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Jim Carrey is one of my favorite actors. He knows how to bring anything to a character. And that movie has definitely been like, if I need a break from everything, I will watch that movie. I'll be like, I need my Jim Carrey fix. Yeah,
that's like for me. Sometimes if I get down about this show, I'll go and look up the Steve Harvey's got a 10-minute thing of his Apollo story of how he came to be to get on the Apollo, and there was like one phone call that changed everything. And when he tells the story, it's like, okay, I can go now again.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. What's your favorite movie?
Mine is the Minions movie.
The Minions movie?
Yes.
Oh, is it like the Despicable Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they got Despicable Me 1, 2, and 3, and 4 coming out, and they got a Minions movie.
They have a 4 coming out?
Yeah. So they've got like a huge brand they've built.
The Big 4 come out 2025.
Ah.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Me and my dad always talk about batoy. We always have like a little, you know.
The shirts even got
You got the Minions on the shirt.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah. Bye, thanks.
Hi, nice meeting you, Christopher.
Yeah, he's been on probably 95% of our shows.
Oh wow, he's very sweet. What's funny is the brother who plays my brother in Christmas versus the Walters, his name is Christopher. And
Christopher, yes.
So adorable. That kid is gonna be a star, I'm telling you. He's a singer, he's an actor. Wow. He's like, he dances. He's going to be on Broadway, I'm sure.
And nowadays, there's because of the internet, it's made it to where anybody, you don't have to be in LA, can make it. But that's also made the competition higher. So you almost have to be able to do all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been multiple people who have come up to us and been like, oh, we're going to move out to LA and she's going to book it like right there, right then, right there. We're really quick. And they get here. And it's like where they came from might have been a river.
Oh yeah,
this is the ocean.
They come to California, the ocean. Yeah, and you definitely have way more to compete with. And even getting on an audition, you should be grateful for.
I mean, that's like a lot of artists we know. They moved to Nashville, and they always say that in Nashville, every corner has somebody that's probably better than you.
Right.
And that's and so that's the dilemma. You move to Nashville and now you're like, I remember what a friend of mine said, his advice was always build your base, build your confidence before you move to Nashville. Because if you don't build that, when you get there, you're going to want to leave.
Yeah. You're not going to want it. Ooh, it's definitely really hard nowadays. Definitely more competition due to a lot of things, like based on what you book is how many followers you have.
And that's one of them double-edged swords too. Now it's like friends of mine that are within the music industry, you used to, you could walk in a record label. If they liked you, they would sign you. Right. Now it don't matter how good a voice you got. If you don't have the followers, they don't want to sign you. You go get the followers, then you come back. That's what they would tell them.
Yep. It's sad. And definitely there's a lot of fake people in California. You can't really make much friends, so you gotta stick to your own. And especially if you're trying to make it in this business,
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a good head on your shoulders. It's like,
And we've even though we're just hosts, we still get it because there have been people that we've met along the way that seem like they were friends and all that.
not hosts though.
And then as we get rising up, all of a sudden, I'm like, so I haven't seen so and so in a while on Facebook. Go look them up. Can't find. Come to find out, they blocked us.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, what in the world?
They have little inside fights about you, and it's like, what's the point? We're all trying to make it here. So
exactly.
the kind of people who are like trying to push people down to get higher are not going to make it.
Because some hosts don't like us because, again, we've never been in radio, never been in TV. We've only been doing this for 22 months, and we're getting people like we are on the show. So all of a sudden, they've been doing it 5 years, 10 years. And we come along, and I don't know why. I give all the credit to God because it's like, the doors keep opening and we keep walking through. And the only thing I can explain is God has opened the doors for us.
Oh, definitely.
Yep, he will do that for you. It's all about being, if you're good people and you work for what you're getting, and he gives you those blessings.
Absolutely. And what are some sources of inspiration for you?
Oh, my mother. She
love
that.
Through every day, and pushes through no matter what she's going through. She puts a smile on her face. She makes people happy. She makes me happy. She makes my father happy. She makes her coworkers happy. She has done nothing but put the best foot forward for me and has been my number one supporter, as well as my dad. He will get mad at me if I don't mention him as my number one.
Oh, yes. Gotta add him in too.
But how my mom works through pain, she has really been the biggest source of inspiration for me because she makes sure every day that she doesn't quit, that she is her hardworking self, so that she sets an example for me. She goes through her life trying to set an example for me, and not trying, she succeeds, and she is nothing but the best, and has done nothing but helped me and been there for me and supported me. She inspires me every day, and I would say also, as far as actor wise, I'd say Jim Carrey. That I like really different people who can switch roles and be like a different person each time. Really diverse actors. So I love Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. I love Jim Carrey. Zendaya is a great one. So many actors. Leo Howard, the one that was in Why Women Kill, he was in that movie or show. Dove Cameron, she's a great actress. There's so many I could say. Oh, Margot Robbie. Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, yes, she's awesome.
Right?
Yes.
How can you do that? That's crazy. And she's literally talks in a British accent and then can be all Brooklyn, So it's like, she's a great one. But yeah, very diverse actors really inspire me. And as far as martial arts, Caitlin Deschelle, Chloe Bruce, women in the industry, Gal Gadot, and I really love Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, like how they've made a name for themselves.
Yeah.
Like literally going from nothing to something, really inspires me. So.
I love that. And what would you like for your legacy to be? What would you like to be most known and remembered for?
As far as like personality wise, I would say people to think I'm nice. I mean, you could not think I'm nice. I don't mind, but that I care for people more than I probably should. Oh, that I give back so much. My mom said.
Love that.
That I try to be there for people a lot. I'm a lot of people's therapist, I want to be a therapist as well. If
do you do better at giving other people advice than taking your own?
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. I don't take my own advice. But I definitely have been trying to, and I'm getting better. But it's been hard these past couple of months. But as far as my legacy in acting, I want to be able to do a woman that can do her own stunts as far as like liability reasons go, you know.
Does that scare your parents, you doing your own stunts?
But they're like really excited for me. Like I got lit on fire during summer. Like,
oh, wow.
Who can say that?
Yeah.
My whole arm set on fire. It was really cool. Wow. And they were sitting there going, woo!
So probably inside they were like, no.
Pretty chill. Like, oh my God, I just got this. Yeah, safety was there. They knew I was taken good care of. They take the highest extent of safety. As far as like the thing that happened with Alec Baldwin, they didn't have the proper. I feel like they didn't have the proper gun safety.
Yeah,
right. There should have been more safety measures.
And you never point a gun, loaded or not, at somebody.
Right.
Unless you're in the scene and you're acting.
Right.
Yeah, that's different.
100% know it's safe.
Yeah. Right. And so yeah, my legacy, I feel like I want it to be a woman who could do her own stunts as well as act as much as possible, like do my own stunts.
Yeah.
Of course there's things I can't like do because I might get my face scratched or like something might happen to where like the next scene I won't look right, you know?
Yeah.
But
and I'm sure the bigger you rise, the less people who hire you will want you to do the stuff.
But I want to be able to, like, Angela, she does most of her stunts.
And Jackie Chan,
he broke his ankle, but he put on a fake boot that looked like his clothes. Like, that's crazy. Like, they can do things to help you get through that. But also, you know, like movies, action movies with comedy. Those are my favorite types of movies. So I want to be able to have comedic timing and be an actress that can do her own stunts.
Awesome. If you could say anything to your fans and followers, what would you want to tell them?
So much, but mostly that you are wanted, you are worth it, you are worthy of life. And even though it may seem like it's hard, and if you're trying to get into the industry, just work hard. Try to see the best in things and don't be a glass half empty, be a glass half full type of person. You might have to change your mentality and it might take a while, but you can get there.
So what's been your hardest role to play?
My hardest role? Ooh. I'd say I was in a movie with Nicolas Cage, and I was in the beginning, right? And I didn't have to say anything, right? I was fine. I got booked like a year later after they filmed this movie, and I get called on the set, and they asked for a good swimmer. I was like, yeah, I'm a good swimmer. And I get there, and they go, okay, so they picked two girls, and they said that I looked more like the main woman who plays the co-star with Nicolas Cage. Okay. And I get there and I put on my wetsuit. I'm about to get in this huge tank, right?
Yeah.
And they tell me I'm gonna get drugged down 16 feet with ice in my pockets and my shoes and my hands. And I had to learn how to use an apparatus in 5 minutes, which is like the snorkeling thing. And I didn't while you're underwater, you're like sitting here like trying to blow into the thing when you have no oxygen into your, or you're just gonna like slurp down some water and possibly drown. And when I did the scene, I had to learn how to listen to things underwater when they called action. They were having camera malfunctions. It was so hard. And there was a close call. And I swam up and I couldn't get up at all because I was way down.
Right.
And when you're down there, you're not thinking about the safety, like the motion to say, oh, I'm not doing good. But that role was definitely like, I don't even know if I had a name, Young Julie. I basically I had to like pretend I was dead and then wake up, but I had to wait till the bubbles were gone.
Oh well.
And then wake up and like go.
Wow.
So it's really hard to like open your eyes underwater, try to see the camera, go swim up with weights in your pants. Like it was pretty hard. So I'd say that one.
What would you say would be your most fun role you've played?
My most fun role, Christmas versus the Walters. Abby was really fun to play. As far as thank you. As far as being on set and being with everyone, creating this movie, and we kind of created a family. And I got to be a brat for fun and get paid for it. Say less. And I'd say that the running with my dog. And have you seen the movie?
Not yet.
We haven't yet. We'll definitely be checking it out.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Don't spoil anything then.
Yes.
It's on demand, November 26th.
Awesome. We'll definitely check it out.
See it on in theaters. You guys can see it at your own homes on November 26th. And so I think that role was very fun because it was like different from anything I've done. I definitely worked a lot. I got to travel for work, which is something I've always dreamed of doing. What else? It was so cool. Like, I was be able to dance, and I got really cool wardrobe. And yeah, I'd say Abby was very fun. And working during COVID was different. I know that during COVID would have without COVID, it would have been a really cool. I don't want to say better experience, but better experience.
Yeah, we understand. That. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And it was definitely hard because like you can't mess up your makeup, or someone's yelling at you to put it back on, or in between scenes, like I would hide it in some fruit bowls, or But during COVID, the procedures were actually they made it better for us, and it was really awesome that we got to work during a pandemic.
Well, now I think I know the answer to this one, but we'll see. Who would you love to co-star with, and what role would you want to play?
I know you're gonna think I would say Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that would have been my guess.
But I would say that's so hard
because there's so many.
Hard to pick
so
one.
Many. What if it was just like a bunch of stars in the movie, and then they chose me, like
There you go.
Yeah,
they could just pick me randomly. I mean, if you want to hire me, go ahead. But anyways, I'd say The Rock. Have you seen Red Notice?
I'm trying.
I don't think we have yet.
It's out on Netflix, and that type of movie is something that I would love to be a part of. It's like a heist type, comedy type action, really really cool type of movie. And I'd say like The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, they create such good, funny action movies, and I think that it's a take away from reality. So I'd say those two are really cool, and probably Anthony Ramos. He's an actor from In the Heights. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things about it. Definitely want to check that one out.
Oh, it's very good. You can see it on HBO. I mean, just plugging them, like go see them. He's also in Hamilton, a musical that I love. He was in Hamilton. He was in The Heights. Did many things to get where he was. He came from the bottom to where he is now. Now he's like working on Transformers and like 10 other movies. That's crazy. And
well, so, like Tim Allen, he went from prison to where he is.
Oh, good for him. I was looking for something bad.
I mean, I love the rags to riches type story where you were the underdog. I love the underdog stories.
Definitely, yeah. It definitely builds character for them as well, and it makes them really grateful for where they are.
They appreciate so much more.
It's not just handed to them; they had to work for that. And like The Rock, he has his own production company now, and he produces things, and that's what I want to do, is to be able to do that. So the type of role I would play, I think I would want to play like a cool action, like type girl.
How about Sylvester Stallone with Rocky? He pitched that movie to a bunch of places,
right?
But his caveat was he had to play the role. Everybody said, "Oh, no, we would have our own actors." Well, then you don't get the movie. And eventually, he funded it, from what I understand, himself.
Oh wow!
And look, that he knew that this was my role.
It's a legendary movie. That's crazy. That's awesome. I didn't know that. But yeah, definitely like being able to create films and create scripts and put them into play and see the process of it being made. Because as an actor, you just show up and do what you're told. And, that's cool. I really enjoy that as well. But I also like the fact of like, yes, it might be stressful. It definitely will be. But to be able to work and create this through a timeline of, sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes 5 years. But like that would be really cool to create something.
Definitely love that. So as we come to a close here, if you had a friend of yours and they feel called to act, it's their thing. They know they're supposed to do it, and they do have the talent. What advice would you give that specific person to kind of help guide them the next few years?
Oh, in the next few years, I'd say start small. Definitely start off with doing background work, get your name out there, build your resume. Then, as your union or non-union going into SAG or union, you're going to want to get SAG credits, which you can be SAG without doing anything union work. But I'd say definitely work for what you want. Take your time. It's going to take time unless you just get lucky. If you book something big right off the bat, it's because you're lucky. It's all about the time. I'm not trying to be rude, but a lot of the times, like if you book something big, it's because you got lucky and you don't have your name out there. They're taking a chance on you, and be grateful for that. So I'd say start small, build your resume. As you go through, it's going to get hard. Be strong, never give up, and you will make it as long as you have a good attitude, be professional, and there's a lot more to it than you think. But you have the talent.
Learn the business side
for it. Learn the business side, true. Because if you don't, you're not gonna. If you're wanting to do this for a living, you're not going to be able to do it for a living if you don't know the business side.
Yeah.
Because you'll be taken advantage of so many times.
I know I have.
Well, at least you made it here.
Yay!
So as we close out, tell everybody how they can find you.
You guys can find me on @ParisBravoOfficial on Instagram, and you can see all the rest of my handles on there.
And we really enjoyed having you on the show today. We look forward to having you back for some updates down the road.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chris and Sandy. You guys have been absolutely awesome, great hosts. And you guys aren't just hosts. You guys are awesome. You guys are friends. You guys are, I'm sure you guys are family. You got your son, all of that. You guys are awesome.
Well, we appreciate
that. That means a lot.
That means a lot. So
Thank
you have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. God bless.
Bye.